At this time, please join me in welcoming our talented artistic director and conductor, Barbara Rubenstein. In our past seasons, we have joined musical organizations around the world in showing our compassion for the suffering and senseless loss of life in the country of Ukraine by performing their national anthem. Sadly, in the past year, and most recently in the past month, we have been devastated by the terrorist attacks occurring in Israel. And so now we are also playing Israel's national anthem, Hatikvah. In the words of the famous conductor Leonard Bernstein, this will be our reply to violence, to make music more intensely, more beautifully, more devotedly than ever before. Please rise as we play the national anthems of Ukraine, Israel, and then join us in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. When the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock, and you hear the cayuk and gobble of the strutting turkey cock, and the clacking of the guineas, and the clucking of the hens, and the rooster's hallelujah as he tiptoes on the fence. Oh, it's then's the times a feller is a-feelin' at his best, with the rising sun to greet him from a night of peaceful rest. As he leaves the house bareheaded and goes out to feed the stock, when the frost is on the pumpkin and the fodder's in the shock. James Whitcomb Riley sets the mood for this afternoon with that poem. The music selected for this concert all represents the many celebrations, activities, and iconic objects that are associated with this season. There may be tricks, there may be treats, but we guarantee that there will be a wide variety of enjoyable music. We open with Jazzy Capriccio by Arthur Michaels. In music, a capriccio is a lively piece of music that is typically short and free in form. It is also defined as a prank or a work of art representing a fantasy or a mixture of imaginary features. This song is described by the composer as a composition that plays pranks with rhythms, meter, and harmony in a jazzy and sometimes classical style. What visual scenarios will your imagination create from this unique musical treat? Our next selection, Autumn Leaves, is a familiar jazz ballad that you will likely recognize either from Roger Williams' solo piano rendition in 1955 that still remains the only piano instrumental to reach the Billboard's #1, or from the many vocal arrangements that have been performed since Johnny Mercer wrote the English lyrics in 1947. But you probably didn't know that the music was originally composed in 1945 by the Hungarian composer Joseph Kozma to portray the feelings of despair in war-torn Europe as the citizens attempted to cope with the remaining devastation. This arrangement by Mark Rogers is an updated version of the original band arrangement that was created by the famous composer and arranger of concert band repertoire, Alfred Reed. As you listen, you will hear the many descending melodic fragments that could depict the colorful falling leaves, an autumn treasure that we can only experience musically here in Florida. from the great American songbook, Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered, is from the 1940 Broadway musical, Pal Joey, by Rodgers and Hart. The leading lady, Vera, is singing about the astonishing feeling she's experiencing in the new romantic relationship. Lorenz Hart is said to have written so many different lyrics for this song that although it's been recorded and performed by numerous famous stars, including Doris Day, Mel Torme, Celine Dion, Frank Sinatra, Lady Gaga, Barbra Streisand, and even a duet by Rod Stewart and Cher. It is almost never heard the same way. Let's find out what version our talented vocalist, Donna Singer, will present for us today. Donna is back with us from a busy summer concert tour that included performances in New York City, as well as in Rome's Vatican City. But today, she is here with us to perform the bewitching Bewitched.
I'm beguiled again. I'm a simpering, whimpering, I'm a child again. Oh, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I couldn't sleep, then I wouldn't sleep, and then my love came along, and I couldn't sleep. Well, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am You see, I lost my heart, but what of it? You see, now he is cold, I agree. He can laugh, but I love it. Although the laugh, well, it's on I'll sing to him each spring to him, then I will long for the day when I cling to him. Oh, bewitched, bothered and bewildered, my bewitched, bothered and bewildered. Well, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I'm wild again, wild again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I couldn't sleep, I wouldn't sleep, looking in told me I shouldn't sleep, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. You see, I lost my heart, but what of it? You see, now he is cold, I agree. He can laugh, but I love it. Although the laugh, when it's on bewildered, my bewitched. But what of it? You know now he is cold. I agree. He can laugh, but I love it. Although the laugh, it's on me. I sing to him, he spring to him, and long for the day when I cling to him. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered, bewitched. And bewildered, my bewitched, bothered and bewildered, well bewitched, bothered and bewildered, and
The Baroque composer Antonio Vivaldi is most famous for his instrumental music, particularly his concerti. One of the most famous compositions of his is a four-movement violin concerto called The Four Seasons. You can probably guess which of the four we are going to present this afternoon. Arranged for band by John Kakavas, this is the final section of the autumn movement. Each of the four seasons was published with an accompanying sonnet or poem believed to also be written by Vivaldi. And the music was written to depict very specific items in the verse, making it possibly the very earliest example of program music. Based upon the translation of the accompanying sonnet, it seems that this movement is depicting the hunters stocking up on provisions before the long winter. When the music becomes more rapid, it sounds like a chase, followed by the shooting of guns and the barking of dogs, the catch, and the fatal wounding of the prey. Here is our band's version of Vivaldi's Autumn from the Four Seasons. Following our next song, we will have a brief 15-minute intermission. Please enjoy the light refreshment sold by the congregation of the First Presbyterian Church in the courtyard. Please look for donation jars if you would like to contribute to our scholarship fund. And before you return to your seats for the second half, make sure you pick up a spirit shaker and root on your favorite team.
They're right back there.
And they're going to be right back there in the courtyard. And you want to, if you don't have to be in Germany to celebrate Oktoberfest. And what is Oktoberfest without raising a stein and dancing the polka to an oompa band, or reveling to the beer barrel polka in a beer garden? But did you know that this polka was actually composed in 1927 by a Czechoslovakian composer, and lyrics were added in the mid-1930s? The song's popularity spread rapidly throughout Europe during World War II by both sides as a drinking song. Following the war, it was brought to the United States, and new lyrics were added by Lou Brown and Vladimir Tim. It has been sung at every Milwaukee Brewers baseball game since 1970, paying homage to the Polish and German heritage of the state. Well, we are not at war, we are not at a Brewers game, and we're not at a Oktoberfest. But we are going to close this half with the Beer Barrel Polka. Raise your mug and feel free to sing along. In many parts of the country at this time of the year, people are starting to feel a chill in the air, maybe even a little frost on the pumpkin, but not in Florida. Although we cannot enjoy the changing colors of the fall foliage, the stores have been reminding us since before August of the staples of the season, with bags of chocolate and candy corn everywhere. Pumpkin spice appears in every drink, donut, cereal, pastry, and everything imaginable. This afternoon, we have enjoyed the musical falling leaves and experienced some of the moods of the autumn months. Let us continue exploring our musical fall fantasies with the fall celebration that is currently creeping into our lives, complete with all of the ghosts, witches, jack-o'-lanterns, and haunted houses. It's Halloween. While attempting to be scary, spooky, with tricks, it is most often a holiday of candy and treats. We open the second half with House of Horrors, a melody of notoriously spooky musical themes by famous, well-known composers. Included in this melody are Jonathan Sexton Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor, Modest Mussorgsky's Night on Bald Mountain, Funeral March by Frédéric Chopin, and Charles Gounod's Funeral March of the Marionette. Try not to be too tricked by this bone-chilling musical treat. Some people call this the season that we're in right now fall. Some call it autumn, but many call it football season. Even if you happen not to be a football fan of the NFL, Monday Night Football, or college game day Saturday, if you live in Florida, you can't help but be aware of what is happening at the U or in the swamp. Are the owls soaring? And who is winning in Tallahassee? Our very own Jim Sheldrake has created a unique arrangement of the fight songs from Florida State, University of Florida, University of Miami, and FAU. So get your pom-poms ready and join me in welcoming to the podium from our trumpet section, Mr. Jim Sheldrake. Jim will be conducting this spirited arrangement of football in Florida.
If I could just add, are you ready for some football? Yeah! Any of these songs touch you and trigger some memories, feel free to clap, sing with the same enthusiasm from your undergraduate years.
Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause for our ranger and guest conductor, Mr. Jim Sheldrake. Nice job. Our next selection is one of those instantly recognizable melodies, but very few people know its origin. Composed by Russian Aram Khachaturian in 1942, it is from the final act of his ballet, Gayani, where the dancers actually are engaged in a saber contest. The rapidly pulsating melodic rhythm depicts victory and happiness for the leading lady's wedding and a new life following an abusive first marriage to a drunken incendiary who was imprisoned. It has become Khachaturian's best known and most recognizable work. The fast tempo combined with the chromatic melodic patterns make it one of those tunes that seem appropriate for this time of year. A sorcerer is a magical, mysterious spell-casting wizard. And the most famous sorcerer's apprentice is Mickey Mouse in the movie Fantasia. But the music, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, is a perfect example of program music written by the French composer Paul Dukas in 1897. It is based upon the poem by the same name written a century earlier by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. The music is the composer's most recorded and most widely performed work, having received some of its fame as part of Disney's Fantasia. Listen as our band sets the mysterious mood with eerie introduction, and then imagine the sorcerers exiting the room, leaving his apprentice with chores to accomplish. The apprentice attempts to cast a spell on a broom to help him with the task of fetching water with just a pail. The room begins to flood as the broom multiplies and increases the amount of water to be collected. Then, as the melodies become more active, he rapidly tries to control the brooms that were magically brought to life. But since the apprentice's magical powers are not yet refined, the situation gets totally out of control. Finally, when the sorcerer returns, he uses his magical powers to restore normalcy to the situation. Enjoy our band's interpretation of this magical story. It is fitting that we conclude our fall concert with a selection that embodies the sentiment of the final holiday of the fall season, Thanksgiving. Absolutely. I'm going to have Barbara say a few words before we play this next tune. Thank you.
On behalf of the band, thank you all so very much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. I hope you have enjoyed our musical tribute to the fall season. As we proceed through October and approach Thanksgiving, We are particularly grateful for all of our friends here at the First Presbyterian Church. We are at home here every Thursday evening for our regular rehearsals, and this summer, when the Boynton Beach High School was delayed in processing our leases for our performances this season, the people here stepped right up and were able to accommodate our need for a performance for this, our very first concert of this season. Special thanks to Pastor Amelie Ash. I know she's here somewhere, Pastor Ash. Oh, she had to leave. And Kathy McDevitt, the church administrator, and Willie Drayton of the campus security for all that they do for us on a regular basis. We are so appreciative. Our band is partially funded by the Recreation and Parks Department of the City of Boynton Beach, and we are pleased to recognize their director, Fabian Derulo, who I think was supposed to be here this afternoon, but I don't think I'd seen him, as well as the city commissioners, the city manager, and Mayor Ty Penserga, who I don't think I've seen him either here this afternoon. But thank you for keeping Boynton Beach and the arts in Boynton Beach alive. Between the torrential rainstorms, the damaging lightning, and the destructive Hurricane Milton and its accompanying tornadoes, there were a lot of moments in the past month where I really wasn't sure that this concert could actually happen. But the efforts of these outstanding musicians up here made it a reality. Congratulations, band. You did it. You did it. Can we also please have another round of applause for our featured vocalist, Donna Singer? And also for Mr. Jim Sheldrake, arranger and guest conductor. I'd also like to recognize the band's board members who are identified in the program. Michelle Spott for ticket sales, Mary Wilkie, our personnel manager for the programs, publicity flyers, and music folder preparation, our band mom, Kat Valentine, for the spirit pom-poms, and our terrific announcer from our trombone section, Mr. Bernie Rayberg. We hope that you will all join us in December for our annual Sounds of the Season concert featuring all your favorite Christmas and Hanukkah tunes. That concert will be presented at the Boynton Beach Community High School Auditorium Sunday, December 15th at 3 p.m. Tickets are available online at our website and will be available at the door. We hope to see all of you there. Thank you.
All right, so Claude T. Smith is one of the most well-known composers of the Thanksgiving season. And he is one of the best-known arrangers of music for concert bands. In the composition we are about to play, he uses the hymn tune, Praise to the Lord the Almighty, as the theme upon which he has based this powerful and amazing arrangement. After a majestic introduction, the French horns present a unique variation of the hymn tune in a different meter. Later, Smith uses the familiar Baroque technique of a fugue with 4 separate entrances of the theme. Finally, you will hear the antiphonal brass quartet with a full statement of the hymn before the dramatic conclusion. As we conclude our concert celebrating the fall holiday of Thanksgiving, we are grateful to you, our appreciative audience, and look forward to performing for you again on Sunday, December 15th, when we present our annual Sounds of the Season holiday concert, this time over in the high school. So we hope you have enjoyed our fall fantasies. I think the band just might have one more song to play. Would you like to hear a little encore? Yeah. All right, so now, featuring piccolo soloist Jennifer Moorhead, here is Stars and Stripes Forever. Thank you all for coming out this afternoon too, and have a safe trip home.